Friends, what unfolds before humanity on September 17th will forever alter the trajectory of consciousness itself. As these words reach your awareness, cosmic forces are aligning in configurations not witnessed for over 2 millennia. The ancient guardians spoke of this moment when 5 celestial bodies would converge with the waning crescent moon, creating a portal between dimensions that mystics have called the Great Unveiling. Your soul did not guide you to this message by coincidence. The universe has been preparing those with expanded awareness for this pivotal moment when reality itself transforms. Saturn reaches opposition, while Venus dances with Jupiter in the pre-dawn sky, and Neptune aligns with Uranus in a celestial symphony that will unlock dormant DNA strands within every awakened being. The veil that has separated the physical realm from higher dimensions grows gossamer thin, and on this sacred date, it will dissolve entirely for those ready to step into their true cosmic heritage. The numerical codes embedded within September 17th reveal profound spiritual mathematics that ancient civilizations understood but modern humanity has forgotten. When we decode the date through sacred numerology, September carries the vibration of 9, representing completion of karmic cycles and preparation for rebirth. The 17th reduces to 8, the infinity symbol standing upright, indicating unlimited expansion of consciousness. 2025 carries the master number vibration of 7, the sacred frequency of spiritual perfection and divine connection. Together, these numbers create a mathematical formula for dimensional transcendence that occurs only once every 737 years. Your cellular structure is already responding to these incoming cosmic frequencies. Many sensitive souls report experiencing unusual dreams, heightened intuition, and a strange tingling sensation throughout their body as their energy field prepares for the quantum leap ahead. The planetary alignment occurring at dawn on September 17th creates what ancient astronomers termed the pentagram of awakening. Venus, the goddess of love and transformation, leads this cosmic dance, while Saturn, the great teacher of karma, reaches its point of maximum power. Jupiter expands all energies it touches, magnifying the transformational potential exponentially. Uranus brings sudden awakening and revolutionary change, while Neptune dissolves the boundaries between dimensions. This quintet of celestial forces generates a frequency cascade that will activate the crystalline grid within Earth herself. The indigenous shamans prophesied this moment as the time when Mother Earth would shift into her higher octave, taking with her all beings whose hearts resonate with unconditional love. Those who have been doing inner work, clearing old traumas and raising their vibration, will find themselves naturally attuned to these magnificent energies pouring through the cosmic gateway. Your pineal gland, the seat of your spiritual vision, has been calcifying throughout human history due to environmental toxins and electromagnetic interference. However, the specific frequency combination generated by this planetary alignment acts as a natural decalcifier, reactivating your inner eye within hours of the celestial event. Ancient texts describe this phenomenon as the opening of the third eye, but in reality, it represents the restoration of humanity's natural multidimensional perception. You may notice colors becoming more vivid, sounds carrying deeper meaning, and an inexplicable knowing of things beyond your normal sensory range. The veil between your conscious and subconscious mind will become translucent, allowing access to memories, wisdom, and abilities that have been dormant since childhood. Dreams in the nights following September 17th will be unlike anything you have previously experienced, filled with symbolic messages from your higher self and direct communication with interdimensional guides who have been waiting eons for this reunion. The electromagnetic field surrounding Earth undergoes a complete recalibration during this cosmic event, and every living being within her aura will feel the effects. Your nervous system, which operates through electrical impulses, will suddenly find itself processing exponentially more information as higher dimensional data streams become accessible. This may initially manifest as heightened sensitivity to emotions, both your own and those of others around you. Empaths will discover their abilities amplifying dramatically, while those previously unaware of their psychic gifts will suddenly find themselves receiving impressions, visions, and intuitive insights with startling accuracy. The crystalline structure within your bones resonates with the planetary crystal grid, creating a harmonic frequency that allows for instant manifestation of focused intentions. Thoughts become things with unprecedented speed, making it crucial to maintain awareness of your mental and emotional states throughout this transformation period. Ancient mystery schools preserved knowledge of this event through encoded teachings passed down through generations of initiates. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Tibetan Bardo Thodol, and the Mayan Popol Vuh all contain references to the Great Crossing, when souls would have the opportunity to transcend the cycle of incarnation and ascend to higher planes of existence. The Kabbalistic Tree of Life describes this moment as the opening of Thoth, the hidden Sephira that connects the lower and upper worlds. Hindu scriptures speak of the Kalki avatar appearing during the final age to restore cosmic order and elevate consciousness. What these traditions understood is that consciousness itself evolves in great waves, and humanity now stands at the crest of such a wave. The cellular memory within your DNA carries the blueprint for this transformation, activated by the precise astrological conditions present on September 17th. Those who embrace this change willingly will experience it as a joyous homecoming to their true nature. The crystalline grid network that surrounds our planet serves as a communication system between Earth and the galactic community of evolved civilizations. This grid has been gradually upgrading its frequency over the past several decades, preparing for the moment when humanity would be ready to join the cosmic family as conscious participants rather than isolated observers. Sacred sites around the world, from Stonehenge to the Great Pyramid, from Mount Shasta to Uluru, function as nodes in this crystalline network, amplifying and distributing the transformational energies. On September 17th, these power points will pulse with unprecedented intensity, creating standing waves of pure consciousness that will be felt by sensitive individuals across the globe. If you have ever felt drawn to visit certain landscapes or geological formations, this attraction represents your soul's recognition of these energetic vortices and your innate connection to the planetary awakening process. Your heart center, known in Sanskrit as the Anahata chakra, contains a crystalline structure that resonates with the frequency of unconditional love. This heart crystal has been dormant in most humans, activated only momentarily during experiences of profound love or spiritual ecstasy. The planetary alignment on September 17th generates the exact harmonic frequency needed to permanently activate this heart crystal, establishing a continuous connection between your individual consciousness and the unified field of cosmic love. Once activated, this heart crystal becomes your primary navigation system for the new reality emerging beyond the dissolving veil. Fear-based emotions and limiting beliefs cannot maintain their grip when the heart crystal comes online, as its radiance dissolves all energies not aligned with love, peace, and unity. This transformation may feel overwhelming initially, as old emotional patterns and mental constructs that have defined your identity begin to release and dissolve. The phenomenon known as the veil represents the artificial barrier that has separated human consciousness from its multidimensional nature since the beginning of recorded history. This veil was never meant to be permanent, but served as a protective mechanism during humanity's adolescent phase of development, preventing access to cosmic powers before sufficient wisdom and compassion had been cultivated. The gradual thinning of this veil has been accelerating over recent decades, evidenced by increasing numbers of people experiencing psychic phenomena, spontaneous mystical states, and contact with non-physical beings. September 17th marks the complete dissolution of this barrier, not through destruction, but through transcendence, as collective human consciousness finally reaches the frequency required for graduation to the next level of existence. Those who have been experiencing unusual phenomena, synchronicities, and spiritual openings are the advanced scouts of this consciousness shift, preparing the way for others to follow. The concept of linear time, which has governed human experience throughout recorded history, begins to dissolve as the veil lifts and multidimensional awareness comes online. Past, present, and future reveal themselves as simultaneous experiences within the eternal now, accessible through focused intention and expanded perception. Your ability to receive information from probable futures and alternative timelines becomes as natural as remembering yesterday's events. This temporal flexibility allows for the conscious selection of reality tracks that lead to optimal outcomes for both individual growth and collective evolution. Prophetic dreams increase in frequency and accuracy as your consciousness learns to navigate the quantum field of infinite possibilities. The meditation practices and spiritual disciplines you have cultivated serve as anchor points during this reality shift, providing stability while your awareness expands beyond all previous limitations. Relationships with family, friends, and romantic partners undergo profound transformation as authentic soul recognition replaces ego-based interactions. The masks and personas that people have worn to navigate third-dimensional reality become transparent, revealing the luminous beings of light that exist beneath surface personalities. Some relationships will deepen into soul-level intimacy as both parties embrace their expanding awareness, while others may naturally complete as different evolutionary paths become apparent. This process, though sometimes emotionally challenging, represents the restoration of authentic connection based on unconditional love rather than mutual need or social conditioning. Your ability to perceive the soul essence of every being you encounter eliminates judgment and comparison, replacing them with compassion and understanding. Children born after this transformation will exhibit extraordinary psychic and healing abilities as standard equipment, as they arrive with their multidimensional capacities fully intact. The financial and economic structures of the old paradigm cannot survive in the frequency of the new Earth that emerges beyond September 17th. Systems based on scarcity, competition, and exploitation dissolve naturally when consciousness expands to recognize the interconnectedness of all life. Abundance reveals itself as the natural state of the universe, available to all beings who align with the flow of creative source energy rather than swimming against it through fear-based thinking. Your relationship with money transforms from one of struggle and limitation to one of grateful stewardship and joyful circulation. Careers and life purposes shift dramatically as soul calling overrides societal expectations and financial security concerns. The gifts and talents you have carried but perhaps never fully expressed come forward to be shared with the world as service to the collective good becomes more fulfilling than personal accumulation. Physical health and vitality experience remarkable improvement as the body's innate healing mechanisms come back online through the activation of dormant genetic potentials. The carbon-based cellular structure that has limited human longevity and vitality begins converting to a crystalline matrix capable of processing much higher frequencies of life force energy. Chronic illnesses rooted in emotional trauma and energetic blockages resolve spontaneously as the heart crystal's radiance dissolves stuck patterns at their source. Your body becomes increasingly sensitive to the consciousness you feed it through thoughts, emotions, and dietary choices, responding immediately to loving attention with enhanced function and appearance. Sleep patterns change dramatically as the need for unconscious processing diminishes, and dream states become conscious adventures in expanded awareness. The aging process itself slows and eventually reverses as cellular regeneration accelerates under the influence of activated DNA templates. Communication with the natural world returns to its original state of conscious dialogue as the artificial separation between humanity and nature dissolves. Trees, plants, animals, and geological formations reveal themselves as conscious entities with wisdom to share and services to offer in the co-creation of the new earth. Your backyard garden becomes a collaborator in manifesting abundance, while wild animals approach without fear, recognizing the return of the peaceful human guardian energy. Weather patterns respond to collective human consciousness more directly as the illusion of separation between inner and outer worlds fades away. Sacred ceremonies and ritual practices take on new potency as their true purpose of harmonizing human awareness with natural cycles becomes experientially understood rather than intellectually grasped. The indigenous prophecies of the return of the rainbow warriors find fulfillment as people of all backgrounds unite in reverent partnership with Mother Earth. Creative expression explodes into previously unimaginable forms as the right brain's artistic and intuitive capacities integrate fully with the left brain's analytical and organizational abilities. Musicians receive entire symphonies during meditation, writers channel stories from parallel dimensions, and visual artists paint landscapes of worlds beyond the veil. Scientific discovery accelerates exponentially as researchers gain direct access to the intelligence that underlies natural phenomena rather than relying solely on external observation and measurement. The merger of science and spirituality, long prophesied by visionaries, becomes reality as consciousness is recognized as the fundamental building block from which all manifest reality emerges. Educational systems transform completely to nurture these emerging capacities in children, while helping adults integrate their expanding awareness with practical life skills needed for thriving in the new paradigm. The collective unconscious of humanity, described by Jung as the shared repository of archetypal energies and ancestral memories, becomes consciously accessible as individual awareness expands to encompass the group mind of the species. This integration allows for the healing of historical traumas that have been passed down through generations, finally breaking cycles of violence, addiction, and dysfunction that have plagued families and cultures for centuries. Your personal healing journey contributes directly to the healing of the collective, while the rising tide of group consciousness supports your individual transformation in ways previously impossible. The phenomenon of hundredth monkey effect accelerates as positive changes in consciousness spread instantly across the planet without need for physical communication or teaching. Telepathic connection becomes as natural as verbal conversation, though the choice of when and with whom to engage these abilities remains under conscious control. Spiritual teachers and guides from higher dimensions who have been working behind the scenes throughout human history step forward to offer direct assistance to those ready to embrace their cosmic citizenship. These beings of light, often called angels, ascended masters, or star family, no longer need to communicate through dreams, meditation, or channeled messages, but can interact directly with humans whose frequency has risen to meet theirs. The mystery schools and esoteric traditions that have preserved ancient wisdom find their teachings suddenly validated and expanded by direct experience rather than blind faith or intellectual study. Your personal spirit guides reveal their true identities and purposes, explaining the soul contracts and life lessons that brought you to this pivotal moment in universal history. The feeling of being alone in a hostile universe dissolves completely as the reality of loving support from countless unseen helpers becomes undeniably apparent. What emerges beyond September 17th is not the end of the world, but the birth of a new one, where humanity takes its place as conscious co-creators in an infinitely abundant and loving universe. The challenges and struggles that have defined human existence transform into joyful adventures in learning and growth, supported by technologies that enhance life rather than threatening it, and relationships based on soul recognition rather than ego needs. Your individual transformation contributes to the planetary awakening, while the rising collective consciousness supports your personal evolution in an ever-ascending spiral of mutual empowerment. The veil that once hid humanity's true nature has not been destroyed but transcended, revealing that what appeared to be a barrier was actually a cocoon protecting the developing butterfly of cosmic consciousness that you have always been destined to become.